Welcome to a very special San Diego Prep Insider Baseball podcast. Coach Dave, Christian, want to tell them why it's so special?
Oh, dude, because this is year number 2 of the SDPI, All San Diego Section Fantasy Draft. Everyone likes taking their shot at trying to put together the hot new rosters, and all I got to say, guys, is got to fear my team. Team Fuego's coming for y'all today. We'll get to that, though. First, we did his dingers first last week, so let's go game balls from you first this week. Top 10. Let's top 10. Sorry, man. I'm just thinking about that lineup that I got. I am so ready for this. All right, fine. We'll do top 10s, then we'll do game balls, then we'll do dingers, then we'll give you guys what you want.
All right, here we go. Top 10s. We'll start 10 going to 1 to build some suspense.
Everything has been shaken up. No one is safe this year.
All right, number 10, we have Mission Hills. 9, Francis Parker. 8, Cathedral Catholic. 7, the Helix Highlander. 6, La Costa Canyon. 5 is San Marcos. 4, Poway. 3, Rancho Bernardo. 2, Torrey Pines Falcons, which means that number 1 must be
Eastlake Titans, baby.
Eastlake Titans.
All right.
Dave, what do you got?
Pretty similar. And one thing I want to mention is my teams are based on basically big wins. A couple teams I left out based on the strengths of the schedule a little bit. And, for instance, a Mission Hills, a Santa Fe Christian are not on my list. But these guys keep playing well. They're going to be in the top 10. Helix is going to be a 10 for me. Grossmont 9. Parker is going to creep in number 8. Cathedral number 7. LCC 6. San Marcos 5. RB 4. And Poway 3, Torrey Pines 2, Eastlake 1. Those 3 are hot. I'm going to stay pretty consistent right there for now.
Man, you mentioned the big wins is such a huge category this year because there is so much parity. So many teams are beating each other and having common wins and losses, but then also you got teams like Otay Ranch, which I'm sure we'll talk about them for the game ball section. They beat Eastlake. Just like Vista beats San Marcos. What is this kind of a season? It's insanity. So I would say right now, lowest week of confidence that we've had maybe on a top 10 in a while. Mm-hmm. Fair to say?
Yeah.
All right. I see you staring at a face that we've had on as a top recruit segment, so you want to go ahead and jump into your game balls?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and start with Santa Fe Christian. We talked about them when we were talking about the Coastal League and how they could be a surprise team in there. Stephen Pearson over at Santa Fe Christian pitched in their first league game against Bishops, only gave up 1 run, did a great job for them. Are we going to do a little ping pong right now? Is that what's going on?
No, I'm fine with you. Yeah, we can just, you want to bang out 1 or 2 more game balls and then?
No, let's do it sandwich style. Let's
okay,
go Dave.
Dave.
All right, so my game balls are based on those big wins. Ivan Luna at Vista, 3 for 4 in that 6-5 win against San Marcos.
That's so big.
Saw them they beat them twice, which is pretty impressive. Ivan's hitting 429 on the year. He's been a solid player for them last couple of years, so congrats to you guys on the wins. Michael Campagna, I've posted a couple dingers on him on my Twitter. He's at Francis Parker, 7 for 13 in a recent 5-game stretch with a grand slam, 13 RBIs. Stay hot, kid. And another game ball to a team that upset Torrey Pines, Carlsbad. Very impressive win for them. They actually walked off on a squeeze play. One of my favorite plays in all of baseball. Super exciting.
That ranks up there for you? That's too nerve-wracking for me.
I love squeeze plays.
There is too much riding on the line of a bump like that. And some wins like that, Dave, biggest wins we've seen this season, maybe?
That's a huge win for Carlsbad. They've been really up there. Trying to play their best game, and then when you beat a team like Torrey Pines, that can send you in an entirely different direction. That's a big win for Carlsbad going into league, the beginning of league here.
I got a couple game balls coming out from over the weekend. Let's start with Mission Hills. They got a 10-5 win over Oceanside. Mission Hills is a team that I think that maybe there's just a kind of a fear of investing in because they have not done it for us in the playoffs in the last 5 years, really, in an extensive way, but very much a team that I think has what it takes this year. This squad continuing to prove that they are amazing. Fallbrook, 3-0 over San Pasqual. Always love shutouts. Yeah, and let's toss one more in there, guys. Ramona, 11-2 over Valley Center. Ramona, a team that took a little bit of a dip for a 2-week span, but a bounce back win like that, showing that they still have a ton of offense. This could be a team that give them a 5 seed, give them a 7 seed, give them a 10 seed even, and they can just maybe hack their way through the playoffs.
They've got a lot of guys for that SDPI fantasy draft to pick from.
You're right. So, Tommy, you got 1 or 2 more game balls? Because let's put the pedal to the metal. Let's talk about some teams. We got dingers in the teams. Give us 1 more game ball.
Yeah, a couple more. We got Christian Wood, who went 5 for 6 in a couple games against Mission Bay for University City. He had a 5 RBI performance there as well. And I want to give out a shout out to Coronado, who had a little sweep of San Diego to keep it in the league there. Those 2 teams are going to be squaring off, so it should be a fun one to watch.
Quick, that is a really 2 teams. Whole bunch of guys coming out on Top Recruit Tuesdays for UC, but both UC and Coronado having definitive bounce back seasons. Like, they are teams that had under 10 single digit wins both last year, and now they are both they're tied for first in league. I mean, that is a ridiculously fun race to have. Hit us with some dingers.
We have a new leader.
Oh!
A guy by the name of Vincent Martinez has taken the lead.
Vinny Jacks.
San Marcos, he's got 7. This guy's putting on a show. A couple grand slams this year.
I believe at that point it goes from a show to a straight clinic.
Putting on a show.
It goes.
And now with the grand slams, I mean, can you teach us that?
Get out of here with that. Brock
Franks, Mason Pelio at RB, they both got 3. They're starting to hit a little better, starting to gel a little bit with the new coaching they have over there. You see, I moved them up in my top 10. I'm looking to see them play strong. And Nash Johnson over at Carlsbad, I mentioned that big win against Torrey Pines. He's up to 2 home runs, big reason why they're playing some good baseball.
Dingers.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we did have, let's see, we had one, and I always teeter back and forth whether or not to ever bring up my allegiances to schools, because people get sick and tired of hearing me blabber on about my schools. But I got to throw one out there to a kid, Cooper McNally at La Jolla, for hitting a jack to get. I'll throw in my little dinger there at the end.
Nice.
I'll throw out that I went there, whatever. The last you'll hear about me from that until basketball season comes back around, in which case that's where I get out all my biases. All right, what you guys all came here for. You want to find out who's on our fantasy draft teams. Let me break it down for you how this goes. Is
An angry string of emails between each other.
like this is not us trying to commit first team all CIF. This is not us trying to say who is best, better, or not. We are trying to each come up with a team where we don't have too many kids from the same team. Like, we're just trying to just shout out the fact that there are at least 3 full squads worth of amazing baseball players here in San Diego. Exactly. And just toss up some hypothetical, like, well, you know, that's kind of nasty, but like, I totally think that lineup would beat that. Like, this is not meant to be pro or con any team or organization or players. We're just doing our best, like I said, to give some love out to players where they were due. The draft process, like Tommy said, heated, contentious, whatever. We're all still friends at the end of the day, even though.
That's why I brought a bat with me.
Yeah, exactly. Dave, I think the consensus from Twitter last year was that your team would have won, so you won all the Twitter polls. So would you like to go first or last in debuting your roster?
I'll go first, man.
All right.
I think my lineup is a testament to each person's season that they've had so far. It's really, you know, like you said, the CIF can be an entire season, and this is half a season of really good baseball by everyone that's on the team. So
let's do it this way. Let's start with the way we broke our teams down. 5 pitchers per team, then 10 position players. We're not doing this in order even. That's how Switzerland I'm trying to stay on these kids. But let's give it catcher through the positions and then finish with your DH in that order. Give us your lineup.
And some of my players can play multiple positions, so.
And that's where we'll follow up on Twitter.
There's a little bit moving
we are
around.
Looking forward to plenty of healthy discussion because each one of us has a legitimate philosophy behind who goes where. So if you want more about our teams instead of a 45-minute discussion, just hit us up on Twitter.
Teams Dave Diggers. Here we go.
Dingers!
At catcher, Vincent Martinez, 7 bombs.
Vinny Jacks.
At first base, I've got the big man at Grossmont, Jesse Garcia. Xavier Watson from Cathedral, he's been hitting 4th for them all year. He's going to be playing second base for me. I got Kai Statersom, High Tech High Chula Vista. He's my shortstop. These kids are both sophomores, so I've got 2 sophomores manning the middle of the infield, which
decidedly younger team.
I love that. These guys are going to be so fun to watch in a couple years. Kevin Sims going to play third base for me. He's at Torrey Pines. He's also a sophomore. He's hitting 400 plus. I love him at the plate, ultimate bat flips. And my 3 outfielders, I've got Juan Silva at San Ysidro, leading the league in hits. Garrett Nielsen at Christian, who's got like 6 bombs also. Nick Siemens, outfielder for RB. He can throw also, so if I need him to pitch. And my DH, guy that's had one of the best offensive seasons so far, Dayton Dooney. He's at Poway. So that's going to round out my offense. And my 5 pitchers, Ricky Tidbit at Eastlake.
SDSU commit right there.
Sterling Hayes, Francis Parker.
Vanderbilt commit. Dang.
Tyler Thornton,
St.
SFC.
Mary's.
And then the 2 guys leading the county in strikeouts.
Yeah, when you read these numbers,
150 strikeouts between these 2 guys. Kevin Lyons at Westview's got 75 strikeouts. And Kobe Lopez at Imperial, same thing.
Wow. Wow. That's a pretty interesting team. Let us know what you think. There's one though, but we got 25, 30 more players to get through. Tommy, you ready?
I'm ready.
Floor is yours, my man.
There we go. So at catcher, I'm going to go with small school guy. I'm going to go with Zeke Shockley. Zeke is hitting 735. That's not a typo. 735 so far this year.
Where is he playing?
From Calvin Christian. He's going to be the catcher. He's got 4 home runs as well. His OPS 2,074. So. I didn't think they go that high.
In a video game.
My first baseman is going to be La Costa Canyon Spencer Jones. He's hitting 371 with 4 dingers, 18 RBIs. Second baseman, best name in baseball or in San Diego baseball, D'Artagnan Van Dusen from Lincoln, hitting 478, 5 home runs, and my favorite stat, 17 stolen bases. He's going to be my second baseman. Third base, I'm cheating. I'm moving him over from shortstop. His name's Emilio Luna. He goes to Casa Park. He's also got 2 of my favorite stats. He's hitting 433 with 5 triples, which is amazing, and 11 hit by pitches. You gotta love that.
So Craig Biggio is back. Apparently we've got Craig Biggio 2.0.
Oh, yeah, and he's also stolen 32 bases. So good job over there. Zach Prasner, San Marcos, going to be the shortstop. He'll be playing at Notre Dame next year. Michael Yorg, the outfielder from Francis Parker. He's got 4 home runs and 29 RBIs already. He'll be playing at USD next year. My other outfielder, Mac Bingham from Torrey Pines, hitting 400, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. I know he's itching to get another one because he's stuck with Joey McGreasy and Kevin Sim to see who can get the most on that team. So I know he's itching for that 5th home run. My final outfielder is Cade Kretschmar, San Marcos, going to go play at Dartmouth next year. Designated hitter from La Jolla Country Days, Austin Mowry. He's hitting 545 with an OPS of 1.321. He'll be going to Columbia next fall. The pitching staff, Brian Leonhardt from Eastlake. We all know him. He'll be staying here at San Diego State. Cade Brown from Cathedral's ERA is, .43. So you got to have him on the staff. He's going to go to USD. Jimmy Chatfield also pitching for me from Francis Parker. He'll be at Yale next year. Randy Abshire, kind of he didn't really start off the year at all. He's only had 3 starts, but he's 3-0, no earned runs so far, so got to put him on there. And finally, Keaton Caratini, La Costa Canyon, 5-1 and 51 strikeouts. That'll be my 5th pitcher.
That's insane. Just a complete side note, just Kevin Sim, Matt Bingham, Joey McGree talking about all these home runs. The Torrey Pines Falcons have more home runs than the Miami Marlins do this season. That's all I got to say. I know it's a different version of the game, but
that statue that moved down center field, put it out there.
Yeah, just know that that's the kind of power era we're living in San Diego high school baseball. Let's finish this off with Team Fuego, aka Team Fire, guys. I want to talk about my pitchers first because I like pitching, and that's a big part of how my team is going to get the dubs. And when you talk dubs, there's only one guy in the county you can talk about. That's Grant Holman. Because all he has is W's. He does not understand the lyrics of taking an L and then bounce it back. He doesn't know anything about that. Grant Holman from Eastlake, my #1 in the rotation. Follow that up with Shane Whitaker from San Marcos. We've seen no-nos out of him against Oceanside this season. JJ Ritz from LCC. He got that low ERA. Speaking of low ERA, my last 2 guys, Nick Nastrini from Cathedral, the magical Nastrini, makes balls just disappear and fall off the plate. Finally, Christian Lewis, not a starter, reliever, coming in just throwing heat, closing that out. So that's how I'm getting it done on the mound. And like you said, all of these guys can take the field and play different positions, so there's all sorts of different permutations of this. But let's jump over to my position players behind the dish. We'll go with Zach Owens from Helix. Guys, I like my catcher to be an offensive spark plug. I think that's a very rare thing. So I will take someone in Owens who can swing the bat a little bit. Follow that up with Joey McGreasy over there at first. We know that McGreasy's good at 2 things: baseball and handshakes. That's all I need is the dude who can hit the home run and then give the cool handshake at home, because my team showboats a little bit. My team got a little swagger. Kevin Van Linga from Poway is going to be my second baseman. Dude's hitting over 300. That's just a spot that sometimes you will see teams kind of not necessarily hide players, but just be the glue man at second base. This is not a glue man at second base. This is a standout that I really like. Over at third base, Dominic Escobar from Southwest San Diego, because you got to dip down sometimes and find some kids out in the lower divisions. You had Saderstrom over at High Tech Chula Vista. It is not always about just playing in the best league to be the best baseball players. And Escobar is a big dude. Just quality at-bats is what is kind of the vibe I get from him. Shortstop, Nate Nankill. This guy is icy smooth. He plays at Bonita. He's committed to Cal State Fullerton. Guys, defensive range for days. So we'll just ask all my pitchers to put it on the ground to short and get outs there. Out in the outfield. Now, this one is hard because I like how you did it of just outfielder 1, outfielder 2, outfielder 3. I am not going to try and pick who plays what position. If they all want to, if all three of these dudes want to start in center field and fight over balls and left and right and all that, I am fine with it. Bryce Rowe from Ramona, absolutely love that guy. He's just a dude. He's just a baller. He's a gamer. He gets out there and just smacks the ball around a little bit. Let's go Micah Piet-Lewigs. I will double dip on Eastlake this year. Sorry, not sorry. Micah is he's the definition of why you want a two-sport athlete on your team. Dude is just strong, absolutely crushes balls. Finish out my outfield with Kingston Liniak from Mission Hills. Kid who's got a huge upside, absolutely just got that man strength, can hit the ball really any part of the park. Speaking of man strength, I'm going to round mine out with Jack Dolak from Saints.
He's the Otani of
playing my
of San Diego high school baseball.
I call him Big Smack Jack because he gets out there and he just hits a country mile out. He kind of reminds me like an Adam Dunn home run kind of hitter.
Yeah, he throws freaking gas also.
And he throws freaking gas because Team Fuego's on fire.
All right.
So here's what we need from you now, San Diego. We need a healthy discussion about which one of us is right. We're going to put this out on our Instagram, on our Twitter. It's retweet to vote. It's like to vote. We will. I'm running Tommy by this on the spot. But can we get shirts made up for the winners?
Yes.
All right. You heard it.
We'll go across the street to Duds by Dudes. We're gonna do.
All right. We're gonna. That's why I got to run it by you, because you know how to plug the material. But okay, so kids that have been elected to these teams, get out and schlep for the votes, because we'll put together some cool winning swag to commemorate our second annual CIF San Diego Draft. Where can they find you guys on the Twitters?
At David Ring 4. Check me out.
At Real Tommy Morris. Vote for Team 100 emoji. That's in my.
I'm at Mr. CPED. The show is SD Prep Insider on all the social medias you can possibly find us out. Check out all of our other stuff. We got Top Recruit Tuesdays coming out. We got everything for you baseball fans. We'll see you next week.